Aurora and welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you are new. Hello, I talk about books and writing, and today we are talking about The Daisy Chain Flower Shop by Laurie Gilmore. So this is going to be spoiler free since this book came out like a week ago today as this goes up, and yeah, I don't want to like spoil it for anyone, ruin anything. But we're going to do a very brief overview of the synopsis, have a chat about like how I felt about the book, did it work, did it not, and wrap up in a neat little bow of conclusion talking about the future of the series and what I think is going to happen next. So, yeah, anyway, right, let's just dive right in with the synopsis. Daisy runs the Daisy Chain Flower Shop. She comes from a line of daisies, which I'm named after someone else, so I fully get that. Now, thanks to the mayor mouthing off again that he had a dream, as he always does, that there was a dark cloud over the flower shop. People don't want to book her for weddings, and it's stressing her out. And Elliot has actually, it turns out, been living in the town for a while, but he is very shy, very quiet, and no one has really noticed. We did meet him in the last book, albeit very briefly. He's the architect that is working on the renovations for the inn that's in town. And yeah, this is fake dating, and it was really sweet. I want to level with you, right? Before we get into all the proper chat about the book. So I had mixed feelings, because on one hand I was really excited, yes, New Dream Harbour, but on the other hand I was like, we've had 6 books. And much as I'm also really excited for the novella, put a pin in that, we're going to be chatting about that in a bit. I was also nervous because the thing is, it's 6 books and they do follow quite a fairly set plot beat in each book. And like my mum reads these books as well, so it's been really nice having someone to like sit and actually have a chat with about them. And even she was saying, is it maybe time to kind of call it a day on like visits to Dream Harbour, as it were? So, do I still feel that way now over the book? No, I actually don't. Here's the thing, right? The characters, for one thing, Daisy and Elliot are now my official favourite couple. I felt like they were way more developed, that they had some like real sort of humanising moments. They didn't feel as cutesy and adorable and cookie cutter that, you know, they're both divorcees, and I really liked that. They both had baggage. No one's really had like major relationship baggage in the past. You know, no one's ever had like majorly serious relationships in the past. Maybe barring Logan, who, you know, asked someone to marry him before the start of the first book, but we never meet her or anything, and it all goes very wrong. But no one's ever had like a really deep, serious relationship. Now, Daisy had an ex break up with her and quickly get with someone else and get engaged to her. Now, note to that, man, women like having jewellery bought for them. It doesn't have to be an engagement every time. Just a thought. But it was really great to see these much more layered, nuanced people that I felt was kind of lacking a bit in previous books. Much as I love them, there isn't that real depth to them, whereas Elliot was really carrying like how much a divorce can mess you up. Granted, not been divorced, however, have had a very long-term breakup, very long-term relationship breakup rather. So I get that. But yeah, and also Elliot, my absolute favourite of the guys. He is kind of tall, he is nerdy, does everything I want in a man. So yeah, like maybe I'm a little biased that Elliot is absolutely my type. He's fully the one I would go for, but yeah, he was great. He was very shy, and they actually worked with that really well. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought he was just well written and adorable as well. Really nerdy about history too, and I'm a history girl. I love that. Which brings me on to my next thing. Oh my god, we used the history thing to such a great level, in that we got history of Dream Harbour going way back, and that was really nice to see. It made Dream Harbour itself feel a bit more lived in and have a past prior to the start of the first book. It was great. Really there's usually a bit of a mystery, as it were, in these books, and they have one. I don't want to go into it too much because of spoilers, but it uses history, which I loved. It was great. It was so much fun to see. Yeah, and Daisy, by the way, is excellent. She is really chilled. She's like, you know, for everyone going on, I'm cursed, she's cursed, and she's like, I'm not cursed, I don't believe in curses. But, you know, you hear it often enough and you start to think, am I though? Because, you know, hear it often enough, you start to believe these things. And that was in there. So it didn't feel like she was just like above whatever was going on. We see her a lot with Iris. Is it Iris? No, Ivy. I can never remember because it's from Strawberry Patch Pancake House, which I didn't read that one, the whole thing. Adding on to that, we do see a lot of them, her and the baby, and I was like, I could do with less of this baby. I don't find babies cute. I don't like them. I'm not saying we need to ignore motherhood. And I will say this. When we were seeing like what motherhood was like for her, it wasn't all magical flowers and sunshine and perfection and romanticized. You saw her crying, you saw her stressed, you saw her struggling, because even if you have a supportive partner, which she does, there's a lot of hormones going through your system. You're not sleeping enough, you are stressed, there is a lot. And I liked that we actually saw that for what it really can be. For a lot of people, it's not all, they sleep through the night and everything's fine and easy and great. And it's like, no, I can't stop this thing crying and I'm losing my marbles, is actually a reality. And I'm glad we got to see that. As much as I was like, I don't need Baby O in quite as many things and being brought up, but I get it, you know. I know I'm in the minority, so it's cool. It was well done, I will say, when it was there, as much as it really not a me thing. The other thing I will say, very little spice in this book. It was right at the end. Now, this actually made sense for the book, because it made sense for the characters. It wouldn't have been right to have them bonking halfway through like we get in most of the books, or even, you know, later on in the book, as we have in the past. You know, Logan and Jeannie had like a few attempts that didn't go so well until we finally got to the bonking, and you know, Annie and Mac as well, their sort of spicy scenes came a bit later. You know, they tend to come a bit later in these books, but this was much later for a Dream Harbor book. I was getting to the point of like, is it showing up? Have they done a Dream Harbor book with no spice? I'm getting nervous now. There was, and it was very sweet, and it was very well done. And again, it fitted for the story. And I will also kind of start to wrap this up now and say, I did genuinely, I mean, I bought this book on the Tuesday, and by the end of the day, I was halfway through it. So I really did fly through this book. Genuinely, it was just that easy to sit down and read. But I did stop for a bit and hop on social media. I am on Instagram and I am on TikTok, and it is Aurora Powling if you want to come and follow me there. I post photos and videos, and there is short little things of like me writing or generally me eating cake. And anyway, so I did pop on. I saw Laurie Gilmore had posted something, and I don't know how I feel about this. Mixed bag again, like mixed emotions going on here. Because for one thing, she announced that there is going to finally be a global release for the Apple Pie Ice Cream Parlor. Fucking finally. And that's going to be spring next year. So 2027. Glad we're getting that. I'm thrilled. They have also announced for fall next year, or autumn next year, you know, because I am English and I do say autumn. They've announced a new Dream Harbor book. And I actually felt, going quite a way into this, like, this felt like the last book. And it was bittersweet. I was okay with it, but I was like, oh, you know, it's going out on a high, but it is kind of sad we're not getting another book, because you were seeing what everyone was up to, some more than others. Obviously, you know, you saw a bit of Archer, and I can never remember if it's Ivy or Iris because I don't like that book. And, you know, you saw very little of Kira and Bennett, but when you did, they were, again, I actually really like the way they've changed Kira from, like, Christmas Tree Farm through to now. She's so much nicer. I really like her. She's less mean and bitchy. We saw quite a bit of Noah and Hazel, and obviously we saw plenty of Jeannie and Logan. And it felt like it was wrapping things up and saying, look, everyone's happy and getting on with their lives and we're done now. But they have announced, and she's got a 4-book deal. Now, there is a new book coming out under Laurie Gilmore name, which is going to be like a fairy tale retelling of Little Red Riding Hood. Bit like Dream Harbour from what I can gather, but with paranormal elements. Which I'm really excited about. Now, my thoughts of this are, they're going to see how that one sells and see if it's popular, see if the reviews come in positive, and maybe we'll start to dial back on Dream Harbour and the next one will be the last one and she'll go into the new series. I don't know. That's kind of what I would personally be doing, because while I do feel like this did refresh a few things and go in some slightly different directions that I wasn't expecting from a Dream Harbour book, the cast of characters has got so big that it's getting unwieldy to give everyone page time. And do we need to keep giving everyone page time? I don't know. Is it okay to sort of semi-retire a couple of characters here and there? I mean, maybe. But at the end of the day, I still love this book. I still finished this in a matter of days, and it was a very welcome distraction, as sadly my little hamster Tokoyami, he did pass away about 2 weeks ago now, and that's why last video I was probably a bit off because I'm still dealing with that. It was a very welcome distraction. It did what it needed to do and just make me smile, and was a fun little fluffy book. So yeah, that's kind of all I've got for you today, I think. I did enjoy this book, so if you have read it, do let me know what you thought of it. Let me know what you think about like what's going to happen next with Dream Harbour. Are we going to get like 3 more books, or are we going to go into this like new series that she's got coming up? The first book's going to be out in September. I will read it, I'll be honest. Yeah, let me know your thoughts on Daisy Chain Flower Shop, and let me know your thoughts on the upcoming novel that she's got as well. And yeah, give me a like if you liked this. Do subscribe if you're not subscribed. I talk about books, I talk about writing as an ex-copywriter turned fiction writer. So yeah, give it a share if you've got anyone who's kind of on the fence about Daisy Chain Flower Shop and needs a kind of push in the right direction to go and read it, because it is really good fun. And I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.